Michael, do you know what 4 plus 6 is?
0 and 2 plus 1 is 4.
Wait, 4 plus 6 is 0?
Yes.
If I put my hands up and I have 6 and I add 4 more to it,
And it's 10.
7, 8, 9, 10, I have 10, not 0, right?
Yes.
So we have a 0 now in this one, but we still have a 1 that we're moving to the tens place.
And the 1 is
10.
4.
So now we have 1, 2, and 1. Yep, which is going to be 4.
1, 2, and 1.
So the final answer here is 40. Does that make sense, Darren? Does that make sense, Hannah?
Yeah.
No, that just makes any sense.
What part doesn't make sense? Do you want to do the next one?
The one that says 4 plus 6.
So we have a 4 plus 6. What number does 4 plus 6 equal? If we're just doing that problem, what is 4 plus 6? Use fingers, Darren.
4 plus 6 is 10.
So if we have 10 equals 10, which one of these is in the ones place? Earlier, we said that yellow was the ones place for 24. The 4 was in the ones place. And for 16, we said 6 was in the ones place. So what about 10? Which number do you think is going to be in the ones place?
Mommy. Oh, out of it. Mommy.
Darren?
Out of it. Oh. I can push.
So in 10, the 0 is going to be in the ones place. And the 1 is going to be in the tens place. So with this, we're going to move the ones place down below the 4 and the 6, which we decided was 0. And then with the 1 in the tens place, we're going to move it all the way up and add that to the tens place, which is how we have 1 plus 2 plus 1 to be 4. Are we all good on that now? All right, let's go on to the next one. What about, let's do this one in the middle, and I'm going to switch up the colors on you guys now. We're going to use green.
We do addition and subtraction.
We're doing addition.
5 plus 3 is 7, and 5 plus 4 is 9. That makes 97.
Which one of those two numbers, which column is in the ones place?
97.
The green or the pink?
The green.
Yep, the green is in the ones place.
The answer is like
So it's 97.
Does everyone else know that too, or just you, Michael?
97.
Do you get that?
97.
Darren, do you agree? Do you think the answer is 97?
No.
Darren, what do you think the answer is? Hey, Darren, can I see your hand? Let's look at the green column. If we have 5 plus 2, what's it going to be?
Something like that.
Darren?
That's 7.
Does Darren agree with you?
Now I know that. Now it's yeah.
And then what's 4 plus 5?
4 plus 5 is 9.
Yep, so that's how we got the answer of 97.
Does Matt know the whole thing?
What?
Never mind.
Doing okay, man?
Yes.
Cool. All right, let's look at another one. Let's do this one over here. I'm gonna mix it up though, and I'm gonna change this number right here to a 4.
Nice. Eh? Nice 4.
So we now have 38 plus 64.
91.
So,
91.
hey, Michael, we don't shout out answers here. We raise our hand. If you want to shout it out, can you mute yourself? You gotta make sure everyone understands.
I know.
All right. So we're looking at columns again. We have
It's
an 8 and a 4 in one column,
9.
and we have a 3 and a 6 in the other column.
9.
So in the first column, the blue column, is that the ones place or the tens place?
69. It's
Darren,
69. I know the answer. I know the answer.
hey Darren, is the blue number, is that the ones place or the tens place?
Tens place.
Are you sure?
No, it's a ones place.
How do you know it's the ones place?
You subtract? I don't know.
Correct. So you can break up numbers by adding zeros. So for 38, you can change this to 30 plus 8.
It's easy. 69.
So since we have 30 plus 8, we can make this, we know that this is a 10 because it has a 0 at the end. So we know the 3 is in the tens place. And we have an 8 in the ones place. So now we have 8 plus 4. Michael, can you give me what 8 plus 4 is?
8 plus 4 is 12.
12. Cool. So we have the 2 here. And then the 1 is no longer in the ones place because it's a 10. So because we have 8 plus 4.
I didn't order one. I didn't touch the tablet today.
What? And break this up to the 10 and the ones place. So we're going to move the 1 up here. Oh, no. And now we have, can you tell me what 1 plus 3 plus 6 is, Michael? You gotta unmute yourself, Michael, now. You have the answer. Hey, Michael, do you know what 1 plus 3 plus 6 is? So you have 6, and then you add 3 more to it. 1, 2, 3. And then you add 1 more to that. So how many fingers am I holding up now? I have 10 fingers up. So we have 1 plus 3 plus 6 equals 10. But this isn't just 1 plus 6 plus 3. We're in the tens place. So we have 10 plus 30 plus 60 equals 100. Since we've gone over places now a few times, we know that the end 0 is in the ones place. We know the middle 0 is in the tens place, but now we have one more number going into the 100s place. So we're going to match up colors, and we can pretend we have one more column over here that we can move the 1 up in front of. So now we have the final answer of 102. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Yes, no, thumbs?
No.
What part are you getting confused about, Darren? Is it the 1 at the end?
102?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. That's not true.
That's totally true. We just did the math. We have 8 plus 4 to get 12, right? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So we put the 2 down here because it's in the ones place, and we put the 1 up there because that's part of the tens place. Then we had 1 plus 3 plus 6. So 1 plus 3 plus 6. What does that equal, Darren?
1 plus 6, 1 plus 3 plus 6 is 10.
Yep. But it's not just 1 plus 3 plus 6 because we're in the tens place. So we have 10 plus 30 plus 60. Do you know what that is?
No.
Well, 1 plus 3 plus 6 is 10. Then if we add a 0 to everything, we have 10 plus 30 plus 60 to be 100. So if we take 100 and we break it up, we have the 100s place, we have the tens place, and we have the ones place. And if we put the 1 all the way up here, then we can pull it down and get the final answer of 102.
I get it.
Get it? All right. Will, are you ready to go now? All right, we're going to do some more math now with Will.
Hey guys, give me 1 second to share my screen. Okay, can you guys see the problems on the screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So how about we do some of the same sorts of problems that you guys were already doing? And is that zoomed in close enough for everyone to see? If anyone can't see it, just say something and I can zoom in more or move the...
I could see.
Okay, well that's good. So let's do this one to start out with. Now, as Bella was saying, what we first want to do is separate this into columns, right? It's always going to be the same process. No matter what, you can always apply the same method to solve these problems, no matter how big the number. So first, we want to start in, what is this place called for both of these numbers? Can anyone tell me? Any number in this column would be in what place? Or would it be in the ones place or would it be in the tens place? Can anyone tell me that? Anyone? No?
Ones.
Yeah, there you go. So this is the ones place, which makes this the tens place right here. Okay, so what is 4 plus 5? Anyone can shout it out?
4 plus 5 is 9.
4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, and what's 8 plus 6?
16.
It's not 16. That'd be 10 plus 6. But we're 2 off from the 10. So 8 plus 6 would be, what's 2 less than 16?
14.
It is 14. That's right. So we put the 4 here, and does anyone know what I do with the 1 from the 14? Or here's a better way to look at it. If 8 plus 6 is 14, right? We know that. What is 80 plus 60? Could anyone tell me that? If 8 plus 6 is 14, then 80 plus 60 is going to be,
130?
it'll be 140. So anytime that you're adding numbers where it's a whole, or it's something that's in the tens place, and it's a 0 in the ones place, all you got to do is add these two numbers together and add a 0 onto it. So it's the same as 8 plus 6. We just have to add that 0 back in at the end. So with that in mind, what's the answer here going to be? Because it's going to be 80 plus 60.
80 plus
Right.
60.
Plus 9, right? Because we know the 4 plus 5 is 9. So then all that's left is 80 plus
449.
60. 149. Did someone say that?
Yes, it's me.
Good job. So this is going to be 149. Now, does that make sense to everyone, or not quite? It seems like we're a little hung up.
What's the answer?
The answer is 149. And
That makes sense.
that makes sense how I got there? Because we did the 4 plus 9, and then all we had left then was to do 80 plus 60. 80 plus 60 is very similar to 8 plus 6. All we have to do is keep this 0, and we know it's 140, and then we just add back in the 9. So let's move on to another problem. And we'll do a couple more of these, and then I think I got some other stuff to maybe mix it up a little bit. Here's a good one. So what's 24 plus 81? So we'll go ahead and make it back into our columns. 4 plus 1 is 5, right? Now what's 2 plus 8?
2 plus 8 is 10.
It is 10.
There.
So I'm going to put a 0 here. And what am I going to do with the 1?
100.
It's 105.
105.
So yeah, it is 105. But as far as the process and how we want to solve it, we're going to do, I'm just going to break it down. It seems like everyone got it though, is we know this is 10. So we're going to take that 1 and we're going to put it in this column. After we get to 10 in this column, we just move that 1 over here and we're at 105. Now it seems like that made sense to everybody. So let's move on to, let's just give one of these bigger ones a shot. Let's give this number 3 a shot. I know that one looks pretty daunting, but if we break it down in the same way that we did the other ones, we can get through it. It's really no more difficult. As long as we break it into our columns and we follow those simple rules of when we exceed 10 in one column, we move the 1 over. So let's start in the ones place because we always start in the ones place. And then this would be the tens place. And can anyone tell me what this place is going to be? If this is the ones, this is the tens, what would this place be? I think Bella touched on it at the beginning for a second. Can anyone tell me what this place is? Okay, this will be the 100s place because we have a 300 and a 100 in here. So this is the 100s. This is the tens place. This is the ones place. So let's go ahead and start adding this problem up. So give me 1 second so I can
about to
zoom in.
share my screen. I'm just joking. I'm gonna mute.
Okay. So what is 8 plus 4 plus 3? Or better yet, let's start it off with what's 4 plus 3? Can anyone tell me? We're at 4 fingers and we have 3 fingers and we put them together. How many fingers are we going to have?
15.
Overall, yes, 8 plus 4 plus 3 will add up to 15. So that's right. Good way to break this down is to just do the 4 plus 3 first. Because we start getting complicated when we get over 10, right? That becomes a little bit tougher to solve. So instead of trying to add all 3 of these together at once, we can add this 4 plus 3, because we know that's going to be less than 10, and then the 7 onto the 8. So we get the 15. So give me 1 second and let me erase this stuff. So we got plenty of room up here. We got 15. What do we want to do with the 1 in 15? With the tens place in 15? Where am I going to stick that 1? Because there's no more room in here, right? Because it's a column. So which one of these 3 columns am I going to stick the 1 in? Could anyone tell me that? Will be the ones place, which is this one. The tens place, which is this one. Or the hundreds place, which is this one. The 1 from our 15. Can anyone tell me what place they think that's going to go in? Okay, so I will go ahead and break that down then. So what we had here is the 8 plus the 4 plus the 3 was 15. And that's just this column right here. Right? So the 5 is going to go here, but we're over 10 now. So then we need to add a 10 to this column. And now that we've dealt with the ones place column, we can ignore these numbers because we've already accounted for them. So for all intents and purposes, these are just zeros now in our ones place. So now we're really just adding in the tens place column 10 plus 30 plus 70 plus 60. Does that make sense to you guys? How I moved over into this column with the 15? Does it not make sense to anyone?
Yeah.
It does make sense to you, Hannah? Okay. Is there anyone that it didn't make sense to that you guys would like me to go back? Because I can go over it again. I understand this is a bigger problem.
No sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to you. Is that Michael? Or is that Darren? Who said it didn't make sense?
It's Darren.
It's Darren. Okay, Darren. Okay, so does it make sense to you how we got to 15? Because 15 is 8 plus 4 plus 3,
Oh, okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because 4 plus 3 is 7, right? If you hold up 4 fingers and you have 3 fingers and you put those 3 with the 4, you have 7. And then 7 plus 8 is how many?
7 plus 8.
Okay, here, let's break it down. What's 8 plus 2? Hold up 8 fingers, right?
10.
It's 10. So then I'm going to take these 2 and I'll put it over here. So then this becomes 10 plus, take the 2 away from the 7, 10 plus 5.
10 plus 5.
So hold up your 10 fingers. Now hold up 5.
15.
Yeah, so does that make sense now how I got to 15?
Yes.
Okay, so we're at 15. We take this 5 and we put it in this column. Because a good way to think of it is there's never space for more than one number in one of the place columns. And it's 15, it's over 10. The 10 can't be in the ones place. The 10 needs to be in the tens place. So it's kind of what I'm doing here again too, right? This 5 goes here and this 10 goes up here. And we've added all these numbers together. So we don't even need to look at those again. This is going to be now 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 6. Now, can anyone tell me what 3 plus 7 is?
10.
It's 10, right? So we're at 10 with the 3 plus the 7. What's 10 plus 6?
16.
And then we just need to add the 1 in from this column again. So what's 16?
And that makes 17.
It does make 17. So the 7 goes here, right? And where does the 1 go for the 17?
To the 31.
Yeah, it goes over here with the 3 and the 1. That's correct. And what is this place called? I'm going to draw an
5.
arrow to it. This column right here. We have the ones place, the tens place, and now what place are we in?
The hundreds place.
Yeah, that's correct. So now we just need to add 1 plus 3 plus 1. And what's that going to be?
5.
Yeah. So our answer then for this whole problem, 338 plus 174 plus 63 is 575. And our process for solving that was no different than these other problems that we were doing over here. It's no different than any one of these other problems. So thought we could move on to some different types of problems since we've done quite a few of these types. Does anyone know what a fraction is? It's okay if you don't, but has anyone heard of what a fraction is? Okay, so I'll go ahead and explain. A fraction is a piece of the whole. So you have the numerator, which is the top, and the denominator, which is the bottom. Now, this circle,
fraction.
what did you say, Michael? I didn't quite catch that.
I know fraction.
I still didn't catch you, but could you unmute yourself and then just stay unmuted?
I know fraction.
You know fractions?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the rest of it in case everyone else doesn't know too. That's good that you've seen them before. So the whole, in this case, if you think of this like a pie, has been divided into two pieces. And we've highlighted one piece of those two. So we've highlighted half of this circle. So the part that's highlighted goes on top, and the total parts that we've divided